Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with ambition and material desires, there lived a man named David. He was known for his diligent work ethic and his unwavering commitment to help others. David, a simple and humble soul, possessed the heart of gold that guided his every action. David worked tirelessly, saving every penny he earned to support his family and give back to his community. He understood the struggles and hardships faced by those around him, and he felt a deep sense of responsibility to uplift their lives. However, his colleagues and friends failed to understand his selfless nature. They saw his act of kindness as foolish and wasteful, and they mocked him for being a people pleaser. While his colleagues spent their money on lavish possession and fleeting pleasures, David chose a different path. He used his hard-earned money to provide for his family's needs, ensuring they had a comfortable home, education, and a promising future. Additionally, he donated a significant portion of his earnings to charities and local organizations that supported the less fortunate. As years passed, David's selflessness began to bear fruit. His family thrived not just financially, but also emotionally and spiritually. They carried the lessons of compassion and empathy within their hearts, instilled by David's actions. The community, too, witnessed the positive impact he was making. Gradually, people recognized the value of his selflessness, and their respect for him grew. Meanwhile, David's colleagues and friends found themselves entangled in a web of superficial pursuits. The possessions they once boasted about started losing their allure, leaving them empty and unfulfilled. They realized that their pursuits for personal pleasure had them left with nothing of true substance. One fateful day, a massive natural disaster struck the city. Homes were destroyed, and families were left homeless and desperate for aid. David's selflessness kicked into a high gear as he organized relief efforts, rallying the community together. He used his savings to provide shelter, food, and necessities for those affected by the disaster. The impact of David's generosity was profound. The community stood in awe of his unwavering dedication, witnessing firsthand the power of selflessness. Many were inspired to join in, offering their time and resources to help rebuild the life shattered by the disaster. The collective spirit of compassion that David had ignited began to heal and restore the community, one act of kindness at a time. In the aftermath, as the community emerged stronger and more united than ever, David's selflessness was rewarded in ways he never anticipated. The joy he experienced was not merely in the spiritual fulfillment of helping others, but also in the financial abundance that followed. Meanwhile, David's colleagues and friends who had once ridiculed him for his selflessness found themselves in a state of regret. Their pursuit of personal gain had left them empty-handed and isolated. They realized that true measure of life lay not in the accumulation of possessions or the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, but in the lasting impact they made on the lives of others. As Maya Angelou wisely said, the measure of life is not in its accomplishments or possessions, but in the way it touches and uplifts the lives of others.